Hey everybody, welcome back to Rewind Gen X podcast with Matt and Allie. I'm Matt.
And I'm Allie.
And today we have our special Thanksgiving presentation of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The very best Thanksgiving movie in my personal opinion. Not that there's so many to choose from, but
one of the only Thanksgiving movies.
but it is one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
We are a big fan of that movie. I was a big fan first, obviously, because I'm the old one here, and I did show it to her a few years back, and she also fell in love with this movie. It's a special movie to me and to my friend Big Matt. He loves it very much, and so this episode is dedicated to you, Matt.
Shout out.
Shout out to her Uncle Big Matt, and there you go. I want to give this movie a straight up A. I'm not going to make it an A+. It's not a perfect movie. There are, problems with it, but it's definitely one that's got a special place in my heart, and it is going to be an A for me. How about you?
It's also an A for me. I feel pretty solid about this. It's such a great movie, and like I said, it's sentimental. It is a heartfelt movie. It is a comedy, but it's very sweet and endearing. And obviously, it's not a perfect movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's not wonderful, but it's really good. It's really great.
I would say it's wonderful, but not a masterpiece. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So real quick, we'll show you a quick part of the trailer for this movie.
During holiday travel, some people get delirious. Some get delayed. And some get Del Griffin.
American Light and Fixture, Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
Neil Page got all three.
I was on my way home to spend a nice holiday with my family. Instead, I'm in a motel bed with a stranger.
So instead of Thanksgiving with his family, he's spending 3 days with the turkey.
Two happy clams just whistling down the road.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Tony family.
So there you have it. That's part of the trailer for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Casting call is going to be pretty short. I actually am not going to pull up my phone for this one. I actually took a little time and typed a little something up.
A little something.
Because there's really only 2 main cast members of this movie. Everyone else just has like little cameos
supporting
in it.
roles.
Yeah, very, very supporting roles. So, of course, it does star the iconic Steve Martin. He started out as probably the biggest stand-up comedian of the 70s, selling out arenas with his hilarious and off-the-wall act, and had many memorable guest appearances on SNL. He made his first substantial feature film appearance in the musical Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, where he sang the Beatles' Maxwell Silver Hammer. In 1979, Martin starred in the comedy film The Jerk. It's a classic. It was directed by Carl Reiner and written by Martin himself, along with Michael Ellis and Carl Gottlieb. The film is a huge success, grossing over $100 million on a budget of approximately $4 million.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people love it. It's a classic. I like it. Yeah, I'm not as impressed. I'm not as impressed as everybody else. It is good, but it's a movie of its time,
Mm-hmm.
and even me being old, even by the time I saw it, it kind of was like, it's funny. And he definitely sells the whole. I mean, he is the movie. It's his antics doing it.
But I think he was very popular because he was so adventurous, I guess, with his comedy. He was very out there. He didn't, kind of a risk taker, and it worked. It was so funny.
Yeah. So he was huge in the '80s with favorites like The Man with Two Brains, All of Me, Three Amigos, which he also co-wrote. An amazing cameo in the musical Little Shop of Horrors as the sadistic dentist.
I didn't even know it was him because that's back when his hair was dark, wasn't it?
Well, no, he dyed it for his hair's been white ever since he's been famous, really.
Really?
Yeah, since his 20s, his hair has been white, or at least whitish, salt and pepper, yeah. So he was also in the movie Roxanne, which is a remake of the
I didn't like that movie.
Cyrano de Bergerac play or story. Oh, it's a great movie. You didn't like that?
I didn't love it.
Really?
It was boring.
Okay, I liked it. And then, of course, I know you love this one, which he
I
absolutely
love this
killed.
movie.
He killed
It's so good.
in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which we're definitely going to get to eventually,
Yeah.
alongside Michael
Next
Caine.
year.
Also in the 80s, he starred in Parenthood, which is a nice film.
I don't think I've seen it.
So the 90s and beyond, he played in My Blue Heaven with Rick Moranis, a very funny movie, LA Story, and Father of the Bride films. Also the Pink Panther remakes, which I tried watching the first one. I wasn't impressed and turned it off. Not my thing. He was in Bowfinger with Eddie Murphy and so much more. So recently he's actually been producing and starring in the hit Hulu series Only Murders in the Building, alongside his old-time friend and collaborator Martin Short and Selena Gomez, who I was actually asking my wife, could I put a like side-by-side picture of you and Selena on here? And she was like, no, because she looks a lot like Selena Gomez.
I think you're the only one that thinks that.
She was mistaken for Selena Gomez down in Miami like 15 years ago. Somebody actually asked her, are you Selena Gomez? According to her. So she's actually, Selena looks like her because she's older than Selena Gomez. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did not get permission to do that. So, yeah. But anyway, it's a really funny show. I just finished season 5, and I look forward to season 6. It's still going strong and very funny. So next we have John Candy. He started out as a prominent member of the SCTV comedy troupe, and then began appearing in supporting roles in films like The Blues Brothers, Stripes, and Vacation. He had a bigger role in Splash and Brewster's Millions, and then he started getting his own starring roles.
Was he in Splash?
He was Tom Hanks' brother.
I thought that was Cape Cod. Huh? Oh no, does it take place in Cape Cod?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that. Never mind.
It's been a while since you've seen that.
Yeah,
we'll have to watch it again. Yeah.
Madison.
Yes.
Like
yes. And nobody was named Madison except for the street before this movie. And then after this movie, after Splash, everyone was calling their daughters Madison. Still are. Which I get. It's a pretty name. So anyway, he started getting his own star roles. He's became a leading man in things like Summer Rental, Armed and Dangerous, The Great Outdoors, this movie, Uncle Buck, Who's Harry Crumb, and Cool Runnings. You know, I've never seen Cool Runnings.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's about the Jamaican bobsled team. It's just never saw it.
So random.
Never got around to it. It was a pretty big hit movie. He also has a fun cameo in Little Shop of Horrors. He's like the radio guy in there, and along with Steve. And he also has cameos in Home Alone and Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, he passed away way too soon in 1994 of a heart attack. His final 2 movies, Wagons East and Canadian Bacon, were both dedicated to his memory. So the rest of the cast are all small supporting roles. So we'll quickly mention like a few of them, like Michael McKean, who plays the cop who pulls them over.
Okay.
He's most memorable for playing Lenny of Lenny and Squiggy fame on the TV show Laverne and Shirley. That's the show Wayne and Garth were impersonating when they go to Milwaukee. They go to the Sharps Brewery, and they were like, we're gonna do it. Yeah, the whole montage. That's for the beginning of Laverne and Shirley. And Michael McKean was famous on that show. He also was in things like Clue and the Christopher Guest mockumentary movies like This Is Spinal Tap and Best in Show. And he's also
what the heck is a
mockumentary. It's like a fake documentary, but they're really funny. You should actually watch. Yeah, you should watch them for sure. This Is Spinal Tap definitely is in our zeitgeist. Our era. Some of the more recent ones, not so much, but they're all pretty funny. And he's also Chuck McGill on Better Call Saul. A lot of people know him as that. We have Edie McClure, who's famous for Ferris Bueller playing Grace. She has a great part in this. Her part in this is what actually, her and Steve Martin's
it's not really her.
Her and Steve Martin's scene together. Well, she says it once. Yeah. He says it 18 times. So they drop the F-bomb 19 times together in this one scene in this movie, which changed the rating of this from a probable PG, maybe PG-13 to an R. I had no idea this was an R-rated movie until I was doing it. I don't think
it should be an R-rated movie.
It definitely shouldn't be. It's just the one scene with the F-bombs flying this way and that.
It's such a good scene.
It's so funny. And you know what? Kudos to John Hughes for not caving, because I'm sure there's studio execs going, hey, you need to cut some of the F-bombs out of that scene to get this down to a PG-13 rating. You know, we need to sell this movie. We need to make money. And he stood his ground and said, no, that scene is hilarious.
We love John Hughes.
We're not changing it.
We're big John Hughes fans.
If it's an R, it's an R. Fair enough. But yeah, so I don't know that that's a fact, but I'm guessing that's what probably happened, because I do know it is a fact that scene made it an R.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing there were some studio execs going, hey, we gotta like trim this down. You know, we gotta get this down to a PG-13.
Right.
And clearly, he wasn't having
Didn't
that.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then finally we have a fun little cameo from Kevin Bacon. He, his filmography, it could fill up a whole podcast. We're not going to get into that, but he's
I
super
remember
famous.
when you were telling me, oh, that's Kevin Bacon. I don't know who Kevin Bacon is.
He's so famous.
But I was like, oh, that's the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah. He's so famous. There's a game called 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
What do you mean 6 degrees?
6 or 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It was like a big game in the early 2000s where people would basically the game would be like, okay, name a famous actor.
Ryan Gosling.
So Ryan Gosling. Okay. So Ryan Gosling, he stars in Barbie. Okay. Alongside, what's Barbie's name?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie
Oh,
was,
it's like wavelength. It's like you have to go from
Margot Robbie was in
I, Tonya. Will Smith. Will Smith was in. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, it's just one person has to do the whole thing. It doesn't go back and forth. So, but anyway,
Whatever.
yeah. And then so eventually you'd get to
Kevin Bacon.
They start in with Kevin Bacon. Yeah. So
it's like it's kind of like Don't Break the Chain. I've seen people do it where they go back and forth with like movies.
So because he's been in so many things, that's why that game is like that. So anyway, that was the casting call. So did we even announce it, or we just I can't remember if we did or not. It doesn't matter. If we did, we did. And then no, I'm not doing Spirit Fingers again. Maybe.
Spirit
Fingers. Anyway.
Sorry.
So now we're gonna
we're gonna go into the synopsis.
We'll go into the synopsis, and as usual, we'll have it be read by
Ms. Ali Nicole and Lo Alva. Now that I'm a Peruvian citizen, I have 2 last names.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You added the Alva to the end?
Yep.
Yeah, so we went down to the Peruvian consulate today, and her little sister officially became Peruvian citizens, so they have co-citizenship between the United States and Peru, like their mom.
Yeah.
I could too if I wanted to, but I would actually have to live in Peru for 6 months straight to do that, and I'm not gonna do. I can't just leave work for 6 months to become a Peruvian citizen. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, officially half Peruvian.
Viva el Peru, carajo.
I'm not even going to bleep that out because most of you don't know what that means. Yeah. So.
I don't even know what it means.
It's just a curse word.
It's I guess.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll begin.
Go ahead.
In New York City, 2 days before Thanksgiving, advertising executive Neil Page is eager to return to his family in Chicago. After a prolonged business meeting with an indecisive client, Neil struggles to secure a taxi during rush hour. Although he bribes a man to give up a cab he's hailed, another man swoops in and takes it instead. Neil then arrives at LaGuardia Airport to discover that his flight is delayed. And I want to say the opening scene, I think it's done well. I think it's pretty funny, the whole rush and the cab. It's funny. It's a good scene.
I like when he negotiates for the cab with the guy, and
any man who would pay $50 for a cab would pay $75.
Yeah, and he goes, "You're a crook." He says, "Close. I'm a lawyer.
I'm an attorney."
Oh yeah, so that's pretty funny. And then of course he doesn't even get the cab that he just paid $75 for because it was snaked by none other than
Dell
Griffin, John Candy's character. Which I don't think he did it on purpose, but.
He even apologized at the airport. I was like, oh, sorry, man, whatever.
Yeah, so they go ahead.
Yeah. So while waiting, he encounters Mr. Del Griffin.
In the airport.
A chatty and affable. Why do they use the weirdest words in these freaking synopses? I never know what they mean. I always sound so stupid reading them. A chatty and affable shower curtain ring salesman who unknowingly took his cab. Dell's overly friendly demeanor immediately clashes with Neil's uptight and repressed personality. And adding to his frustration, Neil's first-class seat is reassigned to a cramped coach seat right next to Dell on the flight to O'Hare International Airport.
That stewardess is so rude to him.
I know, and the guy that's like, oh, where can I sit? And she's like, right here in the first class, while he's
oh, here, there, anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, I would have been. I'd have been fuming.
Oh, you wouldn't have let that happen.
No.
But I love John Candy. He's such a good actor, and he's so good as this character.
He is.
You know, an actor's so good when he can make you mad, and he makes me so mad when he like takes his shoes off in the airport. I mean, on the airplane, and I'm just like, I'm over here. I'm like, oh my god, like I would hate to sit next to this guy too.
You have to kind of wonder, like, I bet you that the characters they're playing in this are like, they're almost playing themselves, but on steroids.
Yeah.
Exactly, like exaggerated versions of themselves. I bet you.
Right.
Because that's why it feels so real. It feels so authentic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But a blizzard in Chicago forces the plane to divert to Wichita, Kansas, leaving Neil and Dell stranded overnight. At hotel check-in, they inadvertently swap credit cards. With only one room available, they are forced to share a double bed. And I wanted to point out, I love how Dell carries a portrait of his wife everywhere.
It is nice.
So cute.
But he is such a slob.
Yeah, he's so gross.
He's so gross.
So gross.
So bad.
I was gonna say that I wrote how the bathroom grosses me out so much with the wet floor and the wet towels and
listen,
all over the counter.
I gotta say, like, I know he's supposed to be a nice guy in this, but if you were that nice, you wouldn't leave one washcloth for the other guy to use. I mean, that was absurd. He used all the towels and left one little washcloth for Steve Martin. That's pretty inconsiderate.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
But he has a good heart.
He does, but again, he's not perfect. He's definitely,
No.
I know they kind of.
They're both flawed. Just
yes, like Steve Martin's kind of they put it like on him that he's like the mean one or the jerk, but like, dude, that's pretty inconsiderate. Like, neither one of them is perfect in any way, shape, or form. So just throwing it out there.
Frustrated by Dell's irritating behavior, Neil loses his temper and harshly criticizes him. Hurt, Dell admits his shortcomings.
Dude.
But yeah.
That scene is it's mean.
It's so mean.
But it's funny. Do you know what a Chatty Cathy doll is?
Why? I've heard people like, you're such a Chatty Cathy.
Yeah, well, it was like a doll back in my mom's age, like when she was a kid, where like you pull the string and the doll talks.
Oh, and he was like, you just pulling your own string.
He's like,
it's so good.
Only I wouldn't be pulling the string. You'd be pulling your own string. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. No, but I feel bad because I am Del Griffith. I never shut up. I'm not a slob.
We both are.
But I literally never shut up. I'm always talking, and I feel bad. I'm like,
yeah. Sometimes I'll catch myself doing that too, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should.
Even on the podcast, I digress. He was.
And whenever I'm around somebody like a coworker or something that's doing the same thing,
it just looks like it's falling. So
it always makes me like, as I'm sitting there going, oh my god, they never shut up. I immediately think you are recognizing in them your own defects, your own character defect. And that's why it bothers you so much, because you have the same character defect,
I remember I don't know whose kid it was, but Mom and I were taking this kid home, and this kid wouldn't shut up. And I was like, I remember the kid got out of the car, and I was like, oh my god, Mom, I'm so sorry. Because Mom always like, oh, you never stopped talking as a kid. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope I wasn't like that, because I couldn't deal with that. And oh my god, it was a lot.
What's worse though, someone who never talks at all. I mean, that's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost unsettling.
Right.
Yeah.
But just like Del, I like me. So
I like me too.
I like me.
My wife likes me.
My wife likes me.
Sometimes.
I don't have a wife, but if I did,
I like you.
Thanks.
That's why I asked you to do this podcast with me.
Aw.
I was like,
I like you, so that's why I keep.
Who do I know?
That's why I keep doing
that
it.
has the most amazing personality, besides myself, of course.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna keep going on with like a list, and then be like, besides me, like.
You, of course, you.
Yeah.
You're definitely the person I want to do this with. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, his response humbles Neil, and they go back to sleep. While they sleep, a thief breaks into their room and steals their cash. And I wanted to say, as much as I love Del, and as much as he is super nice and whatever, I genuinely couldn't deal with the snorting and the snoring and the. Don't do it.
It's pretty bad.
It's so gross. No, kind of everything he does grosses me out. I genuinely could never live with someone like that.
Yeah. I couldn't share a room with him. At least he'd have to have his own bedroom on the other side of the apartment,
right,
or the other side of the house.
Yeah. And then the next day, I love that when they wake up and they're like cuddling and they're like, "Where's your hand? It's in between two pillows." Those aren't pillows, and they just get up and they're so gross. It's so funny, yeah.
And I love how they're like, "Oh, see that
the
Bears game?
the other day?
Oh yeah, good game.
Game.
Yeah, they're gonna go all the way this year.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
The next day, with air travel severely delayed, Neil purchases train tickets to Chicago for himself and Dell, opting for separate compartments. He bids Dell farewell, but their journey is interrupted when the locomotive breaks down near Jefferson City, Missouri, leaving passengers stranded in a field.
So
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, because you haven't gotten to the part yet. So go ahead.
Wait, have you gotten the part to?
They get when they send the guy to take them to the train station.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So
the
yes,
guy with the
yes.
truck?
So we did get to the part
We
because you
did,
just
yeah.
said yeah.
So
This is probably the funniest part of the movie.
so
It's
good.
so good. So
Go ahead. Yeah.
to get to the train station, Dell has a friend who sends his son to go give them a ride to the train station.
So funny.
And this guy picks him up. Owen is his name, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I think his name was Owen. And he shows up and he's like the biggest hillbilly you ever did see. Like greaser / hillbilly you've ever seen. And he's like and it's like it's so gross. And he's dipping and he says when
they're like lugging the suitcase.
he goes he says, wait. He turns to his wife and his guy, get your lazy ass out of that truck and grab their bags. And she gets out and she's like 4'11", pregnant, skinny, except for the pregnant belly.
She put her kid down, by the way, to get out of the truck. She already had a kid with her.
And you're like, what? And then
oh my God.
they're like, no, we got it.
No, it's all right. She's strong. Her first baby came out sideways. She puts it right out. No screaming.
I love that
So
part.
funny.
She may be short and skinnier, but
Yeah.
she's strong.
Yeah.
She didn't scream or nothing.
So funny.
First baby come out sideways.
She didn't scream or nothing.
I love that part. It's so good.
So funny.
And she's just like, she looks like she's hard as nails too, right?
Yeah.
She looks tough.
And
I guess she had to be tough to be married to him.
It's okay. And they just lug it into the truck.
Yeah.
And I love when they're on the back of the truck and they're like freezing their butts off. And it's like,
Tries to get the glove.
oh my gosh. And the dog, it's like biting him. It's very funny.
He's like, just the dog snapping at him. That's the best. It's so funny.
So
That's like the
funny.
second funniest scene. We already said the funniest scene.
What's the funny?
The one that gave it the R rating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. Yeah.
So, spotting Dell struggling with his trunk, Neil decides to help, and the two reunite before traveling by bus to St. Louis. So they're at this diner, right? Oh,
Yeah.
No. That's before. Then during a meal, no, they're eating somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
During a meal, Neil upsets Dell by suggesting they continue their journey separately, leading to another parting of ways. But at the Lambert, no, they skipped the bus scene.
That's right.
What the freak synopsis? Oh, okay, they travel by bus. And I love this scene because I love when they're singing, right? And then they're like, the song ends and they're like, all right, Neil, you got this. Sing one. And he starts singing this random song and everyone's looking at him like, he's like, no, you guys know it, right?
3 coins in a fountain, each with.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows that.
No, you guys know the 3. And he's like singing it.
He's like,
And-
like, nobody knows. And of course, Dell.
Sings it. I don't know. What did he sing?
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone Age family.
And everyone loves it.
And everyone's
They
like,
sing
yeah. Because who doesn't know the Flintstones? At
Right.
least from back then. I know you might not know the Flintstones, but in the 80s,
Did I not just sing the Flintstones? Well, I never watched the Flintstones,
but you knew it.
but I
You
knew
did?
it.
Fun fact. So Steve Martin co-stars with Rick Moranis in My Blue Heaven.
My Blue
That came out
Heaven.
like a year or two after this. And Rick Moranis plays Barney Rubble in the Flintstones live-action film. 6
Wow.
Degrees of Rick Moranis. Sorry. Sorry.
too much. You're so 6 degrees of Rick Moranis.
Or would it be Steve Martin?
Steve Martin.
Yeah, 6 Degrees of Steve Martin. That one would actually be legit because he's in so much.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Rick Moranis. He kind of drifted off after the 90s because
He flopped.
No, he didn't flop. He
his
quit.
wife.
Yeah, his wife passed away, and he like basically not quit the biz, but like stopped working
I feel bad.
to
I
raise
love
his kids.
Rick
Yeah,
Moranis.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, God,
Okay.
we're digressing.
I digress, he says. Okay. During a meal, Neil upsets Sal by suggesting that they part ways, and they do. And at the Lambert Airport in St. Louis, Neil attempts to rent a car, but finds it missing when he reaches the lot. Infuriated, he delivers an
3 miles. He's got to walk back 3 miles through the snow
tirade to a car rental employee, and then attempts to book a taxi to Chicago. So he goes back. He's trekking through the snow with his luggage, his bags, and his shoes that are not meant for the snow.
Up.
Yeah.
He's walking through the what do you call it? Where the planes
highway?
are.
Oh, the ramp.
Where all the planes like take
runway.
off. Yeah, the runway, I guess. Yeah, he's walking through the runway. I mean, it's ridiculous how far he has to walk and how much he has to endure to get back. When he gets back, he's got his tie tied around his head, which I didn't get. It's a bit much, but he's got smudge everywhere. He's been through the ringer.
He's been through it.
And she's so funny.
She's so good.
I love her phone call.
Gobble gobble.
She's like, I can't cook. He's like,
okay, well, what do I bring? All right, I'll bring the pie then, because I can't cook. All right, happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you tomorrow. Gobble gobble.
She even does the noise. She's the best.
So funny.
She improvised that whole scene.
Really? I'm sure she did. It's so natural.
Yes,
it was
John
so
Hughes
good.
is like, just pretend like you're on a conversation. And so she was like, basically saying, "All right, well, I just recently talked to my sister about Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
So that's what she did, and it's perfect. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like it's so well. It wasn't even written. It's so well performed.
And she puts the phone down. She's like, she's so sweet. Can I help you? Yes.
You can start by wiping that bleeping smile off your bleeping face.
And he just goes off with all these F-bombs, and she's just sitting there. Her smile is kind of fading, and she's like,
"Do you have your ticket with you, or your receipt, or your?" He's like, "No, I threw it out." She's like, "Oh, you're bleeped." It's precious. It's so classic.
Such a mic drop line.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah. So he insults the dispatcher, who responds by punching him in the face. What?
Yeah.
Oh, the taxi guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh. So he tries to get a taxi, and he insults the taxi guy, and then he gets punched in the face. And by chance, by destiny, Dell arrives in a rental car and offers Neil a ride.
After he almost runs him over.
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't kill you.
Yeah. He says to the dispatcher, he goes, "Help this man up, you insensitive, whatever." And he's like, "Gladly." And he grabs him right to the family jewels. And Dell's like, "I never saw a man get lifted up by the testicles before." It's like, God. Oh, it's so funny.
Poor Neil.
Poor Neil was right. And then for like 5 minutes into the next scene, he's talking with a funny voice.
Yeah. I like that detail. It was really funny.
Good detail, for sure.
That night, Dell nearly kills them when he inadvertently drives the wrong way on a freeway. After narrowly avoiding disaster and pulling over, Dell's carelessly discarded cigarette ignites the car, setting it ablaze.
That whole scene is basically, if you want to try to convince somebody that John Candy is a comic genius, just show them that scene where he's driving the car and he's like lip syncing to Ray Charles doing the mess around. I mean, it's so good. And he's trying to get the jacket off when it gets stuck.
Then you're going the wrong way. How would they know where we're going?
He's like, they're drinking. He's like, ooh.
Yeah.
That whole scene is just John Candy at his finest. He's so good. So good in that. Yeah.
Yeah. and the car burns down. And I was actually shocked. I didn't think it was gonna burn down. I was pretty shocked that the entire car burned down, and this kind of like
it's still drivable.
almost and it was almost like this crazy, like probably the craziest event that had happened so far. I mean,
for sure.
What a climactic event. Like,
Yeah.
sure, like the airplanes aren't running and your car wasn't there in the lot, but like your car literally burned down and like you're stranded in the middle of Missouri, and like that was a lot. I was not expecting that to happen.
Yeah. And then
because it's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I did not remember that.
And then when Steve Martin realizes that the car was rented under his credit card, so he's responsible for the burned down car, he socks him in the gut.
Right.
Yeah.
You know that's how Houdini died. That's what he says.
Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, he did get punched in the gut by a student, like a college student, but it was actually appendicitis.
For real?
Yeah. But I mean, maybe it was ruptured because of the punch. I don't know, but I know it was. I
remember he used to like let people like punch him in the gut, though. Right?
Yes, he would. Like he would like flex his muscles and let people punch him in the gut. I actually did that once with my friend Alex DeLeo. His little sister Yvonne was like, because we were basically like doing it, like like flexing our abs and like give each other socks. And his sister's like, "Let me try it." I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And this little, you know what, knew what she was doing, and she got me right here.
Oh.
Right, she punched me right there, right in the I don't know if we call it,
the diaphragm.
It's the what do you call it? Anyway, there's no bone or muscle there. Yeah, and the epigastric region, and oh my God, when she shook the wind out of me, literally, I was like, I couldn't breathe. And like she knew it wasn't like an accident. She knew exactly what she was doing. So that's what I get for trying to be a tough guy, I guess, right?
Tough guy.
Yeah.
Right. So, Neil initially laughed, believing that Dell is liable for the damage. However, Dell confesses that he found Neil's credit card in his wallet, used it to rent the car, and then returned it to Neil's wallet, which was in the vehicle. With his credit cards destroyed, Neil barters his expensive watch for a motel room, but refuses to help Dell. Unable to afford a room, Dell attempts to sleep outside in the frigid temperatures and snow. Reflecting aloud, Dell laments meeting someone whose company he genuinely enjoys, only to drive them away with his overbearing behavior. Neil feels pity for Dell and invites him to share the room. The two then bond over drinks, reminiscing about their chaotic journey.
That's a good scene.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. They're eating like little bags of snack chips and drinking little airplane alcohol, bottles. Yeah, it's cute.
On Thanksgiving Day, the pair continue their journey in the burnt car until the Illinois State Police impounds it for being unroadworthy. But I love the part where they kind of like destroy the hotel room and they just like run away, and it's very funny.
Yeah, they back into it and they take off. Yeah.
Dell persuades a truck driver to give them a ride to Chicago, albeit in the truck driver's refrigerated trailer.
Yeah. Well, the whole outdoors was just as refrigerated, so I guess it's
not that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then they get to Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of Chicago, but also I wrote down like you are not. They said that he was like 3-hour drive from Chicago, right? And I was like, why wouldn't your wife go pick you up?
I didn't have a cell phone, but still, I'm sure you could have found a payphone, right?
He called his wife multiple times throughout the trip. It's not like you couldn't have called your wife and said, "Hey, here's where I'm at. Please come get me."
And the part where the car burns up, there's a sign on the road that says Chicago 102 miles, which is not 3 hours. If you're going 60 miles an hour, you're going to get there in less than 2 hours.
Right.
So it's not 3 hours away. Moreover, yeah, you're right. Why didn't you just call your wife and come get you? So
exactly. I get like New York to Chicago. That's more of a thing.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you see when he gets there, his in-laws and his parents are both there. So it's not like you have the excuse.
Nobody couldn't have gone to get you?
They could have watched the kids while she went and got them, or one of them could have got them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, I guess for the sake of the movie, you had to keep them solo still.
Then Dell Neil thanks Dell for helping him get home, and the two part amicably. However, as Neil rides a commuter train, he reflects on Dell's peculiar comments and silences during their journey. Troubled, Neil returns to the station and finds Dell sitting alone. Dell then confesses that he has no permanent home and has been living on the road since his wife's death 8 years earlier, which was a rough moment.
When they show the next scene, after Dell drops that bomb on him, and the next scene you see the two of them walking up.
So yeah,
Steve
Neil
Martin's-
brings Dell's home.
and they were carrying his trunk together, walking up the side. OMG. I am like Niagara Falls every time, and it was no exception this time around. I was crying. I cry in movies. I admit it. I'm not ashamed of it. Some movies just get me. And this
I
is one of
usually
those
never
movies.
cry in movies. I did cry yesterday, not with this movie, but with a different movie.
With Wicked Part 2.
Wicked. Oh my god, I was sobbing. Mom was making fun of me.
At least you know you got a heart, right? You
Yeah.
know?
See,
Yeah.
Mom doesn't cry ever, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll throw some water on her, see if she melts.
Thank goodness I have her to take you to see the Wicked movies because I don't have any interest.
Oh,
I've
who are
already
you?
I've already said I don't care for musicals except for Grease and Little Shop of Horrors, so just not my cup of tea. I'm sure they're very well done. They got very good grades by critics.
Incredible.
So, but yeah, I was crying. It hits me every time.
He
Right
was
there,
sobbing.
it hits me, man. And so yeah, that's how the movie ends. He brings Neil home, or Neil brings Dell home, and he meets the wife and family, and they're all very receptive and warming.
It's a
to
very
him.
bittersweet ending.
It is. It's bittersweet.
I think it's super rough for the heart.
Yeah. And that's
it's
but
sweet,
that's
is.
life though. I mean, life is not a happy ending all the time. People deal with real trauma and tragedy, and that's just the way it is. But it does show you that sometimes when you meet somebody who is caring and kind and compassionate, that it can help, and that's
And I think I like the way the ending kind of like puts together a lot of dots in the story. You kind of realize these little comments, these little things.
Yeah.
These things that, like, he knows everybody in each state. He knows, like, all the hotel managers. It all kind of clicks. It all makes sense.
He
You're
says,
like,
I haven't been home in years.
right.
Just really? Just a figure of speech.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's
Yeah.
so sad, but again, so heartwarming.
And it's like one person can change your life, like meeting this guy, now you have like a friend, a home to go to, if you need it. Like,
yeah,
super sweet.
Very sweet. Such a heartwarming movie. Funny and sentimental all in one.
Yeah.
So that was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, our Thanksgiving movie that we will be dropping Wednesday evening, and time for Thanksgiving.
You mean Thursday?
No, Wednesday evening.
Wow, no one's gonna watch it on Thanksgiving.
I don't care.
Okay, I guess we'll be dropping it this Wednesday.
Yeah. So now it's time.
The boss says so. Are you the boss?
I mean, I guess.
I guess.
Depends where I'm at. If I'm at work, no. If I'm with your mom, no. If I'm with Eva, no.
So when are you the boss?
I guess just when I'm with you. You're the only one who listens to me.
That's true. But I think, like, not that I let you tell me what to do, but also
how often do I try to tell you what to do?
Right. It's not like you're a controlling boss.
No.
You don't have to be the boss, or you wouldn't be the boss if I didn't kind of.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care to be the boss. Honestly, it's too much of a headache. I have to go with the flow. Yo.
I've been coasting through life with my good looks. It's one of his catchphrases.
I'm a dork, but I'm a cute dork, so I get away with it. Your friend Nikki thinks that's so.
Shout out to Nikki.
Shout out to Nikki. She thinks that's hilarious. She thinks it's stupid, but also hilarious. So.
She thinks it's funny because it's dumb.
Yes, exactly. So there you go. I don't have a lot of notes. I figured we're just kind of winging it a little bit on this one because I've seen this movie so many times. And now we're going to come to a segment that we like to call Fun Facts.
That was cool. That was like sync.
Yeah. Jinx.
Buy me a Coke.
Word. Reminds me, I'm thirsty.
Why do you say word?
Word to your
That's
mother.
so like millennial of you, like
Millennial?
word.
No, it's way before millennial. That's definitely Gen X.
No.
Yeah.
Well, this is Rewind Gen X podcast with
Matt
Matt and
and
Ellie.
Or with Cringe and Sigh.
Let's not start that.
Okay. On instruction from John Hughes, Edie McClurg's role as the St. Louis rental car agent was partially improvised. Hughes told her to simply riff a fake phone conversation with someone about Thanksgiving plans while Steve Martin remains waiting in line, staring at her to finish up. McClurg came up with the idea to speak with her sister about who was going to make what, while adding, "You know I can't cook." Hughes asked her how she came up with those lines so quickly, and she replied that, like his scripts, she just drew it from her own life. McClurg claims to this day that random people ask her to tell them they're bleeped. That makes sense. This is both John Candy and Steve Martin's favorite film of their own.
I don't agree with that.
They're allowed to have their favorites.
Well, yeah. It's not my favorite of either of theirs.
What's your favorite John Candy movie?
Uncle Buck.
That checks. What about Steve Martin?
Three Amigos or Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty up there. They're pretty tied.
No, I'm with you. 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Steve Martin was convinced to join the production after favoring two scenes he had read from the script: the seat adjustment scene in the car and the F word to Rod at the car rental desk. The exterior of their aircraft in flight is a reuse of the 707 flying through the storm from the movie Airplane, also released by Paramount Pictures. Steve Martin talked in an interview about his late co-star John Candy and his similarities with the character of Dell. Well, he was a very sweet guy, and complicated. And so he was always friendly, always outgoing, and, funny and nice and polite. But I could tell he kind of had a little broken heart inside him.
There was a really good special on Amazon, I believe. And it's about...
on the front page.
Oh, is it? Okay. And it's about John Candy and his life.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it. It's really good. A lot of interviews from people who worked with him, like Bill Murray. Anyway, it's... Wait, what are you talking about?
I don't like Bill Murray.
He isn't his character in Ghostbusters.
Whatever.
Anyway. All right. Director John Hughes was known for staging improvisational moments for his actors in order to capture a genuine reaction. Since he was not satisfied with the Owen scene introductions after several takes, he privately instructed Dylan Baker, who played Owen, to wipe spit in his right hand just before shaking hands with Neil Page. Steve Martin was not expecting this, thus his disgusted reaction to shaking Baker's saliva-slathered hand. The film crew reportedly exploded in laughter as Martin ran off to wash his hands immediately following the encounter. Hughes got the reaction he needed, and the footage was kept in the film.
It's so gross.
It is gross. As stated earlier, this would have been a PG or PG-13 movie. Because of that scene, it definitely went up to an R by the MPAA. John Hughes wrote the first draft of this script in 3 days. His average writing time for a script in those days was about 3 to 5 days, with 20-some rewrites.
Wow.
After Dale steals Neil's cab at the beginning of the movie, Neil looks down and sees that the cab is gone. In the puddle on the ground, there are 2 shower curtain rings. I did not notice that.
I forgot to mention, I really like the scene where Neil sells his shower curtain rings to
Yeah.
a bunch of random...
Ladies.
No, but he sells it, even to guys, it's artifacts of a certain historical figure. It's funny.
Yeah, and I like he's selling them as earrings.
Yeah.
To the young teenagers. He's like, oh, they make you look older, 18, 19, definitely. They're
Yeah.
like, cash. Yeah, no cash. Very cute.
No one uses cash now.
Yeah, I used cash today, but I had to go to the ATM to get it. The Peruvian consulate wouldn't take credit cards or anything else besides cash, which is weird, but whatever.
Weird.
Anyway, so after Dell sells some shower curtain rings at the bus station, Dell and Neil go for a meal at a diner. In the shot where both Dell and Neil can be seen sitting at the booth, There is a waitress and a female customer in the background. Both the waitress and customer are wearing the shower curtain rings as earrings. That's great.
Funny. In the airport scene in Wichita, when the airline employee announces that the flight has been canceled, you can see on the board behind him that the destination of the flight is nowhere. Lol.
Lol. Okay.
Dylan Baker created the Owen character himself. The snorts, the facial tics, and the twisted expressions are all his own making. Lily Newcomb, who played his silent wife, said it was extremely difficult to keep a straight face while filming the scene with him.
He's great. I can't believe that guy
So
hasn't done
funny.
a lot more. He's really funny in that scene.
She's strong. So funny. That's the best. I think that might be better than the.
Yeah, it's funny. Her first baby come out sideways.
She didn't scream or nothing. The exterior of the rental car was designed to resemble that of the Griswold station wagon from John Hughes' previous production, National Lampoon's Vacation. And you pointed that out to me.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the actual station wagon, but it had the same color as that car. It had the same like fake wooden panels on the sides, and it had the same hubcaps as well. So it was definitely a throwback or an homage to that. Yeah.
Can I read this one?
Sure.
John Hughes originally wanted Tom Hanks for the role of Neil Page and John Travolta for the role of Del Griffith. Hanks was unable because he was shooting big. And Paramount executives did not want Travolta in the movie because he was considered box office poison at the time. And thank God John Travolta would have not been good at Del Griffith. I don't know what John Hughes was thinking.
Yeah.
Love you, John Hughes, but no.
No, you got the right guys for this, for sure.
I don't know. Tom Hanks wouldn't have been that bad as Neil. But
yeah, I could see him as Neil because he's pretty straight in most of his movies. But yeah, John Candy was perfect for Del Griffith.
Yeah.
In a scene that is not in the theatrical version, but it airs on the televised version, Del and Neil eat dinner on a plane. The scene ends with a long-haired passenger in front of Neil, and his or her hair cascades down onto the brownie, completely covering it. Seeing that Neil is no longer hungry, Del fishes through the hair to retrieve it and eat it. Oh, God. On the bus to St. Louis, the passengers, led by Del, sing Meet the Flintstones, the theme song to the Flintstones, which was John Candy's all-time favorite cartoon. And I stated that part earlier. The rental car from this film appears in Deadpool and Wolverine, scorched and abandoned in a desert wasteland at the end of time, alongside Del Griffith's travel trunk. Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds cites John Candy's career and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in particular as a major inspiration for that film. Wow. That's pretty awesome.
I love Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. Great movie.
Yeah. Only rated PG in New Zealand, even though the infamous 19 F words is under a minute scene remained intact. A scene that is not included in the movie but featured in the trailer shows Del in the bathroom of the first motel he and Neil are staying in. In the scene, he does, among other things, an impersonation of Elvis Presley, which he sings into the hairbrush.
Whilst shooting a scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Edie McClurg was approached by John Hughes, who gave her a page of script featuring the car rental scene. He asked her to read both parts out loud for him, which she did, and he took it back, saying nothing. A few months later, she received a call from Hughes offering her the part of the desk clerk. She was so good. Perfect pick.
Yeah.
John Candy uses the same line in 2 movies. I know it's not pretty to look at, but it'll get you where you want to go. He says that about the car to the police officer, and he also says it in Cool Runnings when revealing the team's bobsled for the first time. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know what Cool Runnings is either.
I just mentioned it. It's about the Jamaican bobsled team. I've never seen the movie.
Oh.
You listen about as well as your mom?
No, I just have a bad memory.
Okay. Go ahead.
Del tells Neil, you know you could have killed me and slugging me in the gut when I wasn't ready. That's how Houdini died, you know. Harry Houdini had said he could withstand hard punches to the stomach. an incident with a student at McGill University where he punched Houdini repeatedly in the stomach was thought to have killed Houdini, but it was actually peritonitis from a ruptured appendix. Okay? So, they're teaching the wrong things in history class, 'cause that's not what I learned.
All right. With the cold weather, it was expected to snow since it was conducive to the story. After the production waited several weeks in Illinois for it to snow, it was moved to Buffalo, New York. And finally, Steve Martin said publicly that John Candy's performance in this film was his very best. Yeah, it was definitely a good one, that's for sure.
Flintstones made the Flintstones.
So, a short episode this week for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
And, a short episode this week for Rewind Gen X podcast with Matt and Allie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
episode was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
So next week's movie, what's it gonna be? Next week we start our Christmas / holiday.
Yes, we start our Christmas.
Holiday.
No, it's Christmas.
Oh, okay, it's Christmas.
Movies. We're
Yeah,
doing,
series.
I guess 4, right?
Yes.
The 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, and then finally the 26th, the day after Christmas. We'll drop that one a day early. We'll drop it on Christmas Day.
It would be the 25th.
Would it?
No, I don't know.
Anyway.
No, it would be earlier. It would be because 16 plus 7.
Oh, did I say 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
2,
16th.
9, 16th, and then
23rd.
23rd.
My bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wait, wouldn't it be 5 then? Because then 23 plus 7 is 30.
You know what? I'm getting confused now. We're going to have to settle this real quick and look at a calendar.
Okay,
See?
well, don't we have 5 movies?
I mean, we could. So, because Die Hard is on the 5th. It starts December 5th.
Oh, well, you
And
just spoiled it. I was going to do a fun little reveal, but...
Die Hard's our first movie for Christmas. It is a Christmas movie. I don't care what they say. So,
yeah,
the 5th, the
actually,
12th, the 19th, and the 26th. But that one will drop a day early.
Oh, we're dropping it on your birthday.
The 12th is my birthday. Anyway, this has been a Rewind Gen X podcast with Matt and Allie. I'm Matt.
I was going to say I'm Matt. Sorry.
We're not redoing this. We're just gonna play it as it is.
Okay.
So tune in next week for Die Hard, our first Christmas movie. We will have a special guest on that episode. It's not a famous person, but it's somebody in our lives. And I think if you listen to the podcast religiously, you'll already know who it is because I have mentioned it in the past. Who is gonna come on for Die Hard. So if you didn't listen, go back and listen to all of our episodes and then listen to them again.
All 17 of the podcasts.
Has it been that many or is it 18?
Yeah. This is number 18.
Is it? Okay. I wasn't keeping track.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving! And this has been Rewind Gen X Podcast with Matt and Allie. I'm Matt.
And I'm Allie.
God bless.